you should hold every person that you respect accountable for their mistakes too. So in the situation where a person that I was working with consistently on both game development and my career as a streamer at the same time, we had collaborated multiple times. Suddenly it turns out that years ago he tried to message a minor to solicit them for sex, and it got caught, and that's why it didn't happen. You expect me to not turn my back? Bro, y'all, there's no way you do not have fucking brain damage from this. There's absolutely no way. If anywhere along that path you go, oh, that's fine, you got something fucked up in your head, dude. I don't give a shit. Clip it, put it on LSF, tag him. I don't give a fuck, dude. He messaged a 17-year-old when he was in his late 30s with a child and married, trying to solicit them for sex. And
it is a breath of fresh air to be reminded that there are like normal adults whose brains are not like warped entirely by algorithm driven clout sharking and starstruck parasocial behavior. You know, that makes sense. I mean, he is a dad, so that makes sense. Okay. Thank God that there are people with fucking normal, insane takes. Holy shit. Yesterday, it made me feel like I was losing my mind a little bit.
Every single time he talks about it, it's going to be sugar-coated, it's going to be dumbed down, because at what point do you expect someone to say, yeah, I wanted to fuck a teenager? Do you think he's going to say that? Fuck no. He's going to make it look better for himself every single time. There is no place along that. It doesn't matter if it's Tyler.
I'm not going to lie. I think as things currently stand, as like American society is getting worse and worse overall, and maybe even getting closer to Europe in our analysis of immigration, maybe this is another European-ass attitude that we will adopt as well, which is lowering the age of consent and normalizing trying to have sex with teenagers as grown-ass adults. I do fear that that is the pathway we are heading down. I legitimately did think, perhaps I was wrong on this, but like the one thing that everybody kind of collectively agreed on was like pedophilia is bad. Okay? Like trying to fuck minors is bad. I actually thought this was a universal American principle, and it turns out I was fucking wrong, dog. I was wrong. There are hella Americans out there who are like, actually, when I say pedophilia is bad, I just mean like I hate trans people and I claim that they're pedophiles. But when my favorite content creator is like outed as one and openly admits that he was trying to fuck a minor and like, text a minor and whatever in a gross way and doesn't actually accomplish that goal, right? But like is still attempting it and he gets caught in the process of attempting it, then it's actually fine and dandy, and I don't have an issue with it at all. So, yeah. Weird stuff overall. Monkey's paw. You get EU healthcare, but you get also EU age of consent. But we don't even have EU healthcare. We tactically avoid all of the good things that the European Union offers to its fucking citizens, okay? We are genuinely allergic to like any of the good stuff. No fucking social safety nets, no fucking labor protections, okay? No free healthcare, no like genuinely no free pharmaceuticals, or at least like, relatively affordable pharmaceuticals. None of that shit, okay? No collective bargaining for no sectoral bargaining, no bargaining agreements when purchasing pharmaceuticals, none of that. Just European attitudes on immigration. No fucking public transit, which is also in a state of disrepair in Europe as well. So no like rehabilitation focused prison systems, none of that. We get guns everywhere, guns in every corner, guns in every city block, guns that fucking will inevitably be used in school shootings. And that's it. And now we're also fucking, no privacy, no tech privacy regulations. That's another one. Technically, EU healthcare isn't free because you pay through it with taxes. Thank you, sir. I had no idea. Thank you for bringing up this point. Now, insurance isn't free either, okay? What do you think insurance is? You're paying in for insurance. That's another thing you're paying for. You're paying for insurance. It's just shittier. It's a shittier product. Okay? You're so smart, chatter. Thank you for owning me.
If it was my fucking brother, I would say the same shit. Because you do not defend that. There's no defending it. Okay? Get your fucking head out of the gutter. The brain rot is fucking killing some of you, and it blows my fucking mind. Yeah, he's going to have a fuckload of people over there that are watching him because they don't give a shit. They just want their fucking balloon animals from their clown and to move on because that's the community that he's grown. That's fine. Whatever. I don't give a shit. But if you expect me to associate with that, or anybody that has any respect for themselves to associate with that in any way, you're fucking lost.
You might be wrong about the European thing, which I am. I thought he was a pedophile. Now learning he was 17, I just think, especially given he is married, that he's a straightforward, morally corrupt, dirty old man. Yeah, you're doing it, man. You're proving the point that I was making in terms of like European understandings of like trying to fuck minors. Okay, one, we don't know if this person was 17 or not. That's just not a thing that we know. We just know that they're a minor. And two, it doesn't matter. They're still a fucking minor. And you are talking about a 35-year-old trying to fuck a minor, okay? In the United States of America, that's considered pedophilia. In Europe, people have a different attitude about that sort of thing, okay? Not in America until recently, until Dr. Disrespect and his bold Sneeko-style defenses for this kind of thing is genuinely changing people's attitudes on this situation. 17-year-olds have homework from high school. 17-year-olds have pop quizzes that they have to worry about. 17-year-olds are not paying fuck taxes yet, okay? Please stop. There's a difference between a 10-year-old minor and a 17-year-old minor, surely. Yeah, there is. But currently, as it stands, if you're using that as a distinction, the only reason why you're using that as a distinction is because you want to fuck 17-year-olds. That's it. That's the only reason why you would be making that distinction. Like, oh, well, one is like more morally permissible than the other. No, dog, it's still statutory rape. Okay? That's crazy. That's crazy that we're having a conversation about statutory rape. Okay? Notably said minor and not teen. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Minor, teen, teenagers are minors. Unless they're 19. Like I often joke about Gen Z who like hyper focus on age gap, inappropriate age gaps. I think that's funny, right? People will be like, that's the worst thing you can do. Like people will literally be like, Adolf Hitler had a fucking age gap, inappropriate age gap with Ava Braun. And I'll be like, that's not relevant, right? Like, that's not a relevant point here. Like, you are such a fucking Zoomer brained weirdo for bringing this shit up, right? Like, that's a joke. That's a funny joke. But holy shit, they're right. Gen Z is right, okay? Zoomers are fucking right. A lot of y'all are gross as fuck. That's all I'm going to say. If you're doing actually it's a phebophilia argument, you're kind of gross. What the fuck? Like, oh, well, this is a more, this is a more understandable minor that I want to fuck is not the argument that you want to make, okay? It's not. It's not an argument that I think is a valid argument, okay? Like, it's a crazy argument, as a matter of fact, for people to be like, no, you don't understand. Like, it's not a baby that this person is trying to fuck. It's not like a kindergartner that this person is trying to fuck. It's a teenager that is still a minor that this person is trying to fuck. Like, oh, this is a more acceptable minor that you want to fuck? Is that really? This is the distinction that we're making? Okay? For a 35-year-old man with a wife and kids? Like, this isn't like he was 19, she was 17, they were in high school together type situation, okay? What the fuck? excuse me, guys, please. There is a distinction. This is, excuse me, guys. There's a distinction. This is a minor that I think is hot, is not a good argument. Okay. This is a fuckable minor as opposed to this other minor that I consider to be unfuckable is not a good argument that you're making here. Like, you're not exactly a champion of social justice in this circumstance. Just letting you know. Okay. I don't understand why people still do it, even though it is a ridiculous argument. Okay.
Lost, dude. It's very clear cut. He said on Twitter himself that he messaged a minor and they were inappropriately. He said those words himself. Yeah, he went and deleted it and tried to edit it multiple times. But y'all, what the fuck is wrong with you? Pull your heads out of your asses. This is not a thing to argue about. This ain't like support. This isn't a fucking. This isn't a cultural thing. It's not like some singular event at a time. This is a dude tried to fuck a teenager. Done. Yeah, well, Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld's fucking gross too. I see people bring that shit up all the time. Still disgusts me as well. Seinfeld was a shit show anyway, but that's besides the point.
You also making this argument when you say it's not a 17 and 19 same high school situation. You do realize personally that there is a reason for why they have like Romeo and Juliet laws. It is not so that like creepy ass fucking 35-year-olds can fuck minors. It's so that if you are in a relationship with someone when you are in the same high school, you don't automatically cross a magical boundary and, you know, go to jail over continuing your fucking relationship. Okay. Like, that's why there is some legal boundaries in a situation like this. Do you understand that? Which is why it's always weird when people fucking bring that shit up. Criminalizing sexuality between teenage peers is deranged and right-wing weirdo shit in his own way. Yeah. Like, it's so stupid. You chatter here, but the day someone turns 18 is suddenly morally A-okay in the States. Like those OnlyFans models who get 1 million followers on their 18th birthday. Bad babby. U.S. morals seem weird in that way. No, you're absolutely right. It is weird. It's weird. Okay? At that point, it's just weird. Do you understand what I mean? Like, it's weird. It's gross. It's just not illegal at that point. It's still weird as fuck, though, because you're kind of admitting, you're like, oh, yeah, no, this shit is hot to me. Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking understand it. Okay? You're right, though. When was the last time Libs at TikTok called queer people in a file? Even hogs call everyone pedos. Differentiating is weird. That's the law, not us. Yeah, the only time hogs will do actually it's a file arguments is if it's like a hog that is in the crosshairs and they want to defend the hog. Then they go, oh, actually it's a phebophilia. Anyway. Let's continue.
It's that. That's it. Done. He messaged a 17-year-old while in his late 30s trying to fuck.
Yeah.
Done.
Thank God
the
that
end.
there's like actual fucking sane people. Holy shit, dude. Please, you can learn a thing or two from Dr. fucking Lupo here, all right?
Don't be fucking weird. Log out of your PCs, go out, touch grass, and think about reality. Is there a place for forgiveness? Not from me. There's some shit that you just don't do, man. I don't know, trying to fuck a teenager doesn't seem like the right thing to do to me. Anyway, hey, where do you go?
That's the wild thing is just like he's right. He's right. Okay? He's right about like it's crazy. It's just a thing that you don't do, man. It's a thing that you don't fucking do. And I cannot believe it, especially when Dr. Disrespect fucking admitted that shit. And there's still people being like, nah, this is sick, dude. He makes me laugh. Like, he makes me laugh. I love when he puts on the fucking wrestling outfit and like calls me a champion. It makes me feel like I am a champion, like actually. So it's cool that he, as a 35-year-old man, trying to fuck a minor. Holy shit. The U.S. is hella weird about shit like this. Look no further than the barely legal category in porn. I feel like barely legal used to be popping when I was a teenager. I don't even know if they still do it. I mean, it still very much exists, right? But I feel like even porn is like fucking moving away from that category. It's all MILFs now, lol. I know. MILFs have had a massive fucking come up. Some dude on my local subreddit was defending landlords and being racist to immigrants. I looked at his profile. He's a huge Dr. Disrespect fan. That's awesome. Now, of course, there is always a place for forgiveness for everyone, okay? Rehabilitation is key. Rehabilitation is key, okay? That's a real thing. And that is a real principle that I have. The issue is you have to at least like atone. Okay, you have to acknowledge, atone, seek forgiveness, and truly demonstrate that you have rehabilitated. A lot of these motherfuckers never acknowledge or atone. They're just like, nah, dog, I did that shit and it was awesome. Okay, it's not popping off. I would say you just age with the actors. Not trying to defend pedos, but how does your whole everyone can be rehabilitated principle fit into this scenario? No, it still works in this situation as well. 100%. In every situation. This worker at a day program I go watches doctors paying as a sexist creep. Yeah. Oh, a lot of people don't understand it when I talk about this shit, by the way. Oh, this is actually a good take from Nick Merckx. Like, his brain is not that broken. So that's good. That also made me a little happy. This R-word Dr. Disrespect is married with children, pushing 40. Admits to texting a minor inappropriately. His words, not mine. So I cut ties, obviously, because that's inexcusable. Now I'm a shit friend for not having his back. Bunch of brain rot morons on this app. Who are you debating in 3 days? Your mom and dad. Or perhaps there is a much larger debate. Debate lords are so funny. They're like, oh, minus 3 days for debate. He must be debating someone. Let me look no further than that. It's like, no, I'm not debating some like random fucking YouTuber, dog. The two presidential candidates are duking it out, okay, in the marketplace of ideas.